Hello and welcome to another edition of the Saint Lucia COVID-19 Response Report live from the studios of the Government Information Service. My name is Jessie Leonce. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm joined by my colleague, Mr. Carlton Cyril, known world over as Cokes. Welcome, Cokes.
Thank you. Bonjour. Merci.
I also want to make a special mention of the local media sharing the critical information being dispensed here at the NTN. We thank you for your support for this dissemination. We want to thank DBS, HTS, Choice TV, The Wave, WVent, MBC, Calabash TV, Vibe Radio, RCI, Hot 7 TV, Hot FM, Rhythm FM, Blazing FM, Kiss FM, GVD TV, Underground TV, and Liberty FM. Thank you so much for sharing the critical information being dispensed here at NTN as it regards to COVID-19, our COVID-19 response here on Ireland. We want to now go over some notices, important notices for the general public, but just to let you know that throughout the morning we will be having a series of reports, and we are expecting a phone interview from Her Excellency Dr. Jocelyn Clark Fletcher, this morning, Ambassador with responsibility for Diaspora Affairs, Her Excellency Dr. Jocelyn Clark Fletcher. So we will be speaking to her on the sentiments, the temperature of St. Lucians living abroad. Of course, we are aware of persons, nationals succumbing to COVID-19 abroad, and we hope she can provide us with some information this morning, as well as to other arrangements currently being made for St. Lucians in the diaspora overall. Yesterday, a press conference was hosted for the National COVID-19 Response Telethon, and that is scheduled for Easter Sunday. The spirit of giving will hit the waves during the National COVID-19 Response Telethon on April 12th, 2020, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. live on the National Television Network, NTN, and supporting media houses island-wide. The telethon was conceptualized after a number of requests for a formal donating platform from friends of St. Lucia in the diaspora, returning guests in key tourism markets, local business houses, and individuals alike. The 4-hour virtual telethon is geared at raising $1 million, which will be used to fund essential resources for health services and frontline staff, as well as provide support for the deserving across St. Lucia. Our essential service men and women want to continue serving the public as we combat COVID-19. However, they can only do so with the right equipment and support. And while government has extended additional support, there is an urgent plea for further assistance. And therefore, the funds generated through the formal donating platform will provide support in terms of masks, gloves, gowns, transportation, and food supplies to all frontline personnel responding to COVID-19. The funds will also lend assistance to citizens in need. In observation of the need for social distancing, the live event will feature pre-recorded performances by some of St. Lucia's leading artists, including our goodwill and brand ambassadors. The feed will also be rotated globally, offering the rest of the world an opportunity to view the broadcast and donate to the worthy cause. The fight against COVID-19 is a global life-saving effort. The virus has impacted all sectors in St. Lucia, as we have seen firsthand, and continues to impose heavily upon the health sector. Donating platforms and the hotline will be announced in the days ahead. Donations of any amount are welcome. The management committee will make a formal announcement to the media on Tuesday, April 7th, and that was done. And just reading there on the talking points, the management committee did make a statement to the media on Tuesday, yesterday, explaining what we can expect for the Easter Sunday telethon. Excess funds, another update. Excess funds from fuel tax, excise tax to be used in financing St. Lucia's COVID-19 response. The COVID-19 pandemic is placing enormous economic and fiscal pressures on governments around the world. The implications of this crisis are even more severe for small island developing states, such as St. Lucia, with limited resources and a narrow tax base. The government's revenue collection is expected to decline with contractions in all major economic sectors, whilst expenditure is projected to rise significantly in response to urgent health care needs associated with the management and control of this novel coronavirus. And moreover, the numerous requests for relief by the government, the fiscal deficit and funding gap are expected to be much larger than previously anticipated. And given the fiscal pressures, the Department of Finance wishes to inform the public that the excise tax rates on gasoline and diesel have been allowed to move with changes in oil price movements. The policy decision may lead to excise tax rates above the previously targeted $4 per gallon. However, no increases in retail prices are expected at the pumps for the consuming public, given forecasts of relatively low crude oil prices in the near term. Whilst the government is mindful of the economic strain on the general population, the government has the onerous responsibility of minimizing the spread of the coronavirus by augmenting the medical systems to provide the requisite facilities, equipment, and supplies. These include expenditures related to the Victoria Hospital, which is now a designated respiratory hospital, polyclinics, and centers for quarantine and isolation. The excise tax collected in excess of $4 will be used for the COVID-19 healthcare response. And whilst this is not expected to meet the healthcare-related expenditure for COVID-19, it is hoped that it will provide some measure of assistance. Quarterly reports on the additional amounts earned and assigned to COVID-19 health-related expenses. Government will continue to monitor developments in world prices very closely and announce any further policy changes with respect to fuel prices. So there you have it. Efforts are now underway to raise funds to meet the demand of the COVID-19 response. The government of Saint Lucia is moving to use the excise tax, the fuel excise tax, for financing St. Lucia's COVID-19 response. And we are looking forward to the National COVID-19 Response Telethon happening this coming weekend, Easter Sunday. So information on the fundraising, both through the fuel excise tax, and this weekend's telethon. We now take you to a report. Danielle Dubois reporting for us there on the zoning rollout. She visited the Bordelais area as well as the ancillary area to find out how this was being enforced by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Take a look.
New national protocols for the movement of people were introduced as the government announced the partial opening of the country from Tuesday, April 7th to Thursday, April 9th. This is to allow citizens to replenish essential items and to gain access to financial services. Some of the new protocols include no more than 2 persons in a vehicle, wearing of mask at all times, and the geographical zoning of the country. 2 zones have been established. Zone 1 stretches from Dennery at the Bordelais Gap in the east to Ancillary in the west, starting from the Tikai Junction all the way to the north in Groseilliers. Zone 2 starts at the stated junctions all the way to Vieux-Fort in the south. Lead officer in charge of the Dennery border point, ASP Alexander, stated that St. Lucians are generally complying with protocols, but there is a need for more consistency in adhering to advisories.
It's a steady flow of traffic, but presently St. Lucians and the motoring public, they are complying as much as possible. We've seen persons are wearing their masks, 2 per vehicle, and in the case where we have 2 per vehicle, we're asking the passengers to move to the back of the vehicle and leave the driver in front. Those that have masks and they have it hanging on their face or just around their necks, we're asking them to put it. So as much as possible they comply. But with all, you will always see some persons trying to give you frivolous excuse to try and get through to do things. So we do a short interview with them, ask where they're going, where they're coming from, what their purpose, and then we ascertain whether what they're saying is genuine, and then we would make a decision as to whether we should let them through or not.
The purpose of these zones is to ensure that persons have access to basic needs while also ensuring safety. The public is encouraged to utilize the essential services within the zone where they live.
So I'm asking the general public, the persons who are driving, to comply as much as possible, because this is for our own safety. This is for the entire St. Lucia. This is for the entire nation. It's not for 1 person or 2 persons. It's for the entire nation to keep us safe. So we need to listen to all the news bulletin, the advisory that comes out of the Prime Minister's office, the CMO, and we need to follow the advisory that they give. They are the expert, they are the medical persons, and if they tell us we need social distancing, and we need to do this, it's to keep all of us safe. So we need to comply as much as possible.
A stay-at-home order is still in effect, and persons should only venture out if they are part of an essential service to replenish supplies or in the case of an emergency. Reporting for the Office of the Prime Minister, I am Danielle Dubois.
Thank you, Danielle. Prime Minister to address the nation today, April 8th, 2020, at 8 p.m. to announce the initial phase of government's COVID-19 social stabilization program. Do take note of that. The Prime Minister will be making a statement on the initial phase of government's COVID-19 social stabilization program today at 8 p.m. We are due for our first break. Do stay tuned.
Coronavirus? I am worried, Gassa. It's only old people dying from that.
Hold up. Being young does not mean being safe. Yes, it's true that the elderly are at higher risk, but anyone can get the virus. The effect is even worse if you have a chronic condition like hypertension, heart disease, lung disease, and diabetes, or weakness in your immune system. If you are living with these conditions, be extra careful. Wash your hands with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol when hand washing is not possible. Avoid touching your face. Take steps to boost your immunity through proper nutrition, exercise, rest, and take your medication as prescribed. Limit being around people who have flu symptoms, even close family members.
Our health is in our hands. Together, through simple actions, we can stop the spread of coronavirus. This message was brought to you by the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, a special welcome to you watching live on cable television or on our Facebook Live or on any one of the local television or radio stations via them. Thank you very much. My name is Jessie Leonce, and in studio I'm joined by my colleague, Mr. Carlton Cyril. And we're just providing some really important updates and notices for the general public today, the latest of which the Prime Minister will be addressing the nation today, Wednesday, 8th April 2020 at 8 p.m. He will be announcing the initial phase of government's COVID-19 social stabilization program. After consultation with various sectors of society, government has drafted this program with the aim of bringing immediate support and relief to those who have lost their jobs and income-earning opportunities due to the effects of the COVID-19 on the economy. And that word there coming from the Office of the Prime Minister. He will be making an announcement on the COVID-19 social stabilization program. Today, if you ventured out, you would have noticed quite a scene quite similar to yesterday, persons queuing outside supermarkets and banks and whatnot. We do hope that despite the zoning and the time approved for persons to go out, get their gas, food and money, we hope that you could head out and maintain the physical distancing. We hope that you're practicing good hygiene before you leave your home, and even when you return, so as not to contaminate your home, you take the necessary precautions to ensure that you are virus-free. Washing of hands frequently, etc. So just take note of that. I know persons are just trying to see how they could get some supplies out there, but while you're doing that, be mindful. There was the notice and the advisory to please wear your masks. So we hope persons are wearing something at least to cover their faces. We mentioned yesterday that at least we know of one retailer that is selling masks, both the N95 and the surgical masks, that is M&C Drugstore. So if you're in the city, you're walking about, I know there are some business places you will not be allowed into the building if you do not have a mask on your face. So you can quickly get a mask from at least that drugstore I know of. Now handing over to Carlton to deliver a summary of our last segment and a half. Morning, Colvin.
Bonjour, Jesse, merci en chay. Cette liste, moi dit bonjour, Baou. Nous ici à Headquarters pour Vermin COVID-19 dans GIS, Studio GIS. Et nous avons dit merci pour ces radios et puis ces différentes stations qui ont aidé nous à porter commission ou la terre. Place comme DBS, HTS, Choice TV, Hits FM, The Wave, Vent, MBC, Calabash TV. Radio Caribbean, Vibe Radio, Hot 7 TV, Hot FM, Rhythm FM, Blazing FM, Kiss FM, GVT Underground TV. Nous avons dit merci parce que nous vous aimons Sakali. Nous avons dit bonjour et merci aussi pour vous qui écoutez nous dans l'autre pays, n'importe côté où il y a l'Angleterre, il y a l'Amérique, Martinique, n'importe côté où il y a un Caraïbe blanc. Nous avons dit merci dans grande manière, tout bonnement. Nous avons pressé ou avons écouté si pour vle di en chay ban nous. Comme l'habitude, nous savons ici les gouvernements ni pièces annoncement, les lani information ici c'est headquarters pour Vermin COVID-19. Moi ici ensemble et puis Jesse Léonce nous avons con développement point coup qu'on a fait messieurs dames nous avons ici nous avons commencé au savez hier c'était premier jour pays a une chance après 24 néditant moun était en dedans dans yon effort pour combattre vermine COVID-19 et ben là nous la tenant chay fracas moun de ka fait désagrément moun compagnie moun moi vle di pas te ka coûter ça qui te dit à vini pour distance là c'est yon a ces bagay là qui de plus gros problème là mais nous ka quoi nous l'autre place moun te ka coûter jodi nous ni en chay information pour ba ou en développement parmi développement qui ka prend coup nous kay parler by excellency Jocelyn Clark Fletcher c'est lui qui est responsable pour affaires moun nou ni qui ka vivre l'autre pays il kay ban nous yon rapport sur ça nous kay parler bay l'autre bagay aussi ou kay savent les vini pour presse conférence là hier tenait presse conférence qui prend coup ici ça c'est pour yon téléphone qui kay prend coup dimanche Pâques. Dimanche Pâques, nous avons un téléphone qui a pris coup ici. Les vini pour téléphone ça. Raison qui téléphone n'a pris coup, c'est pour assister ces gens qui directement involvés. Les vini pour affaires COVID-19 maintenant. Moun qui travaille police, nurse, docteur, fireman et puis différents gens. Eh bien là, idée a vini pour mettre yon bagay ensemble avec ça qui kay point quoi dimanche pas kay ni yon presse conférence côté ou kay ça crier et moun kay ça aider en yon manière ben l'autre expressement là vini pour l'argent yo ka essayer si yo ça amasser $1 million $1 million l'argent ça kay aller messieurs dames pour faire assurer moun ces gens qui ka directement combattre les affaires COVID-19 maintenant. Yon ni masque, glove, transportation ou kay savent mais c'est comme ça point pour un chay bagay ja changer et puis les vini pour l'argent pour supporter activité ça mais c'est idéal vini pour faire yon téléphone. Quoi veille pour ça pour moi dit dimanche Pâques il a pris coup ici là dans chay moun qui a participé artiste qui ja bay tan yo en chay c'est moun ça kay voué matrio yo te jani là yo pas kay ici nous pas combler yo même ja nécessité pour combattre yo ka participer mais tout monde pas kay en dans ici en chay moun bagay yo te hani yo kay voué pour activité ça quoi changer dimanche Pâques téléphone nan il point coup raison téléphone nan ka point coup c'est une suggestion pour assister c'est moun qui directement comme dit moi dia pour amasser $1 million ou ka hen plus information là vini pour ça parler dit l'argent ou kay savent à présent gouvernement Saint Lucia contre tous les autres gouvernements ont la terre a trouvé quoi dans situation côté les vini pour taxe les vini pour l'argent pays a ramasser yo kay trouvé quoi dans difficulté pour raison ça ou kay savent en chay dépense kay monter aussi parce que nous dans situation côté yon dans ces place nan ben manière gouvernement ramasser l'argent c'est là il vini pour VAT, là il vini pour tourisme et puis ça a trouvé quoi affecté en parmi l'autre bagaille. Pour raison ça on savent $4 qui a trouvé quoi amassé à sous ça nous crier excise tax. Ça c'est taxe là sur gasoline, l'huile, produit qui entré en cette ici. Gouvernement qui servi l'argent ça pour faire assurer y aller pour assister les venus pour combattre vermine COVID-19. Quoi trouver quoi informer les venus pour ça en parmi les bagailles qui aller pour assister les venus pour ces polycliniques là, les venus pour l'hôpital Victoria là où savent c'est là qui headquarters pour COVID-19 là, là vini pour faire maintenant là yo kay tweeto, là yo kay engage pour si ou ka porter pièce quoi pour activité ça et pour opération ça ou kay bien d'accord en l'argent brisé pour faire ça. Quoi gouvernement a déjà fait nation ça yon nan se bagay là qui ka quoi et ben qui kay fait là c'est l'argent qui amassé là vini pour taxe à sous affaires gaz et puis ces produits et gaz là ça caille aller pour assister combattre affaires vermine COVID-19. Qu'a continuer ici rapport ou kay sa premier ministre ni pour et ben kay adresser nation jodia là ini plan i kay bay plan là vini pour programme stabilize là vini pour social programme social qui kay mettre en place pour assister moun qui ja affecté pour assister business et kay ban nous pli en détail qui ça gouvernement ja vini puis les vini pour situation ça quoi on est pour wete et puis écouter pour ça c'est un lot qu'a vini jodia en parmi l'autre bail ou te un rapport plus bonheur les vini pour manière bail la ka conduire en c'est bonne les vini pour des zones nous ni en nord là ex sud là ou te ouais un rapport là et puis police là bien dit date qui bagay ka marché Saint Lucia yo te mette ça et ben gouvernement mette ça en place pour faire assurer moun observer des différentes zones qui c'est en sud et puis en nord là là les yo parler puis officiel il dit bagay ka marché et bien tout bonnement yo ni vle moun changer ça qui a fait là c'est pour faire assurer moun wete en communion moun wete côté ou ka wete ça c'est yon pas pour combattre vermine COVID-19. Merci et tellement qu'on journée en Cali, nous avons plus de développement et plus nouvelles pour nous joindre. Jesse?
Thank you so much. Just a reminder, we will be speaking to Her Excellency, the Ambassador Dr. Jocelyn Clark, later on this morning. Just reminding you to stay indoors as much as possible, reduce the risk of transmission of this COVID-19, adhere to the zoning measures being implemented and other orders outlined in the Emergency Powers Act. And for non-compliance, any contravention of it, you will be committing an offense if you do not comply to the act, the measures that we have been speaking about, the officials have been speaking about, that is within the Emergency Powers Order. You will be committing an offense if you contravene this order, and it is liable to imprisonment with or without hard labor for a term not exceeding 6 months, or a fine not exceeding $1,000, or both, and forfeiture of goods or money in respect of which the offense has been committed. So in your going out and coming in, although we greatly discourage you heading out if it's possible, if you can help it, but if you're going out and coming in, do try to comply with the ordinances of the Emergency Powers Order. Do stay tuned. We have more coming up in just a moment.
Coronavirus? But children are safe, no?
Hold up. Children are actually more likely to touch all kinds of surfaces, put their hands on their mouths and their eyes, or sneeze and cough with little thought about hygiene when around others. While children have been seen to recover well from this virus, they can easily spread it to those more at risk, like the elderly or ill persons who have a weaker immune system. Teach the little ones in your care to be little powerhouses of infection prevention. Keep reminding them, wash your hands. Cover your mouth with tissue or your inner elbow when you sneeze and cough. And be sure to praise them when you see them taking these precautions.
Our health is in our hands. Together, through simple actions, we can stop the spread of coronavirus. This message was brought to you by the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Thank you for staying tuned. You are watching NTN Live. It's the St. Lucia's COVID-19 response. And my name is Jessie Leonce, joined in studio by Mr. Carlton Cyril, widely known as Cokes. We're just bringing you the updates as of today, the 8th of April, Wednesday. We have an interview later on this morning at about 9:30. Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Jocelyn Clark Fletcher, and she will be speaking to us about our St. Lucians in the diaspora, how they are faring so far. Unfortunately, we've learned that a few St. Lucians have succumbed to the COVID-19 virus, and so we want to get that information from her in just a moment. Reminding you, stay indoors, stay indoors. There are penalties for non-compliance. There are penalties for being in a zone that you're not supposed to be in. There are penalties for being in town and not abiding by the emergency powers order. Earlier this week, we spoke to the Bakers Association, we spoke to Massey Stores Limited, as well as the Bankers Association, and these are primarily the entities that are open this week for the convenience of the public, and they were speaking on operations for this week, as well as the measures that they're taking to ensure that their staff as well as patrons abide by the law, as well as abide by the law, wearing masks and so on. So just want to read out a statement from the Bankers Association once again on their opening for today. The Bankers Association of St. Lucia has been monitoring the global and regional developments as it relates to the novel coronavirus COVID-19, and we continue to do so with heightened awareness following the announcement of St. Lucia's first COVID-19 case. The press release is essentially calling on persons to use online services where possible, and also the if I go back to Mrs. Carol Mangal's statements day before yesterday, she was speaking about the measures being taken to when you're heading to the banks. You could take a line, and of course there is a separation of the 6 feet, and you will not be let into the bank if you do not have a mask on your face, and highlighting the fact that typically persons aren't allowed to conceal their identities when in a bank, but she indicated that when you, upon arriving, getting into the doors of the bank, you will be asked to remove the face mask so that the security personnel will be able to identify you, and you put it back on to ensure your health and safety while taking the line and in having to interact with persons at the bank. So that information there coming from the banking sector. We have an update from the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority as of just closing the weekend there. Resumption of waste collection services. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority wishes to advise the general public that effective Monday, 6th April 2020, waste collection services throughout the island will be provided on a limited basis. The adjustments to the service will be as follows. There will be no collection of bulky waste items until further notice. Regular waste collection will only be undertaken on the first scheduled collection day of each week. That is to say, persons who normally receive their collections on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays as the first collection day of the week will only receive collection on that day. Residents of Mont Lacroix, Labrie, Park Estate, and Saltibus will receive waste collection on Tuesdays. This schedule will remain in effect until the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority informs otherwise. Your cooperation will be greatly appreciated at this time. That note is there coming from the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority. And for parents and students, from the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Gender Relations, and Sustainable Development, the Minimum Standards Tests, Common Entrance Examination, and Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE. We have some updates on that. The Minimum Standards Tests for grades 2 and 4, these examinations have been cancelled for the year 2020. The school-based assessments, SBAs, prepared by the students will be moderated during the first term of the new academic year 2020-2021, and reports forwarded to the schools. For common entrance examination, this examination will be administered after the Ministry of Health and Wellness deems it safe to do so. Sufficient time will be allowed after that pronouncement to afford students and teachers time to prepare academically and psychologically for this examination. The format of the 2020 exam will comprise solely the multiple choice components. For the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate (CSEC) and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination (CAPE), discussions are still ongoing with the Caribbean Examinations Council (CXC). Information will be provided when decisions are finalized. A follow-up statement will be made when timelines become more definite. Carlton?
Merci Anchai Jesse encore ben moi dit bonjour et merci pour vous écouter nous à sous yon mercredi et saint qu'on nous a dit Anchai information qui a sorti ici à headquarters Vermin COVID-19 ça c'est studio GIS. Encore nous a vié fort changer nous a plaidé pour les venir pour situation les venir pour Vermin COVID-19 ou qu'ils savent la parlement et puis cabinet jamais été en chai avertissement là dans chai direction moun supposé suivre et nous a faut changer ou ça trouver qu'on pénaliser sous pas coûter et sous trouver qu'on a casser loi là ou qu'ils savent généralement yo cadeau yon moun qui casser fait en offense contre sa loi akadia puis ouais koi ka fait 6 mois la hol ka ouais koi ka fait pas plus passer 6 mois condamné à payer $1,000 dépendant les qui ça ka yo ka prend ça en considération quand nous ka faut changer pas dit dans ces lois ça là sous casser yo ou ka trouver ko pénaliser trouver ko informer nous ni information les vini pour management authority solid waste qui a amassé zodi yo ka dit ici à date qui commencé depuis lundi le 6 yo te a commencé service yo mais yo vle ou savent en bas ces conditions ça yo pas ramasser bagay kon fridge vieux stove avec ces gros articles ça yo pas ramasser yo juste yo vie annoncé mais yo vlo sav yo ka vie amasser zodi en toute commune celle ça qui kay fait là c'est vous qui te ni plus passer un jour côté zodi te ka amasser premier jour en semaine yo te ka fait ça c'est celle jour yo kay amasser zodi a quand si yo te ka amasser zodi en commune lundi mardi mercredi lundi tout seul ou kay trouver service ça pour actuellement. En plus, yo ka di moun ki ka wete la mon la kwa en laboui, Paquet State gay en bois la en Saltibis, yo ka do yo ka yamase zodo madi. Les madi zodo ka trouver ko en massé. Yo do sa ka wete juste à temps yo ba pli information. S'ouvre les pièces pli information et sous une question ou peut couiller officiel. Li moi c'est 453 DD08 encore 453 DD08 nous avons aussi information qui a sorti département responsable pour éducation et qui savent si maman là home à présent yo la kay yo vle pousser différentes examinations yo vle savent les départements après décision les en chaise examination ça qui supposé pour coup les vini pour minimum standard c'est maman là qui en grade D et puis 4 yo ka faut savent yo ha cancellé examination pour l'année SBA qui c'est travail là c'est maman là te ha fait yo ka examiner ça avec rapport yo ka mener by yo ka by ces teacher en l'autre l'année. Common entrance, les vini pour examination common entrance, yo ka dit comme ça ministerial kay bay moun à 7 ans yo ka fait un annoncement pour bay ni mamay et petit chat temps pour préparer yo ka ba pli information pour ça. Yo nan se bagay la yo ha dit yo ka ikay point coup dans multiple choice ça c'est ça yo ka servi et pour l'année ça but quand rapport information ka ban nous ici yo ka ba pli information à sous ça yo ka bay mamay et petit chat à 7 ans pour préparer. Pour mamay secondaire ça c'est mamay qui a fait certificat CSE SEC qui nous a créé SEC et puis Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination KEP. Yo ka dou yo ni discussion toujours. Là vini pour affaires CXC constituant qui responsable pour CXC. Yo kay ba ou plus information kon yo ni ek le yo kay finaliser. Mais yo ka dou en statement kay vini ek yo kay ba ou ça. Ek nous ka aviez répéter ici, messieurs dames, qu'on doit qu'on ka fait affaires changer journée et ce joie qui bail là, c'est pour vous aller hen ça qui est important. Et pas du temps ou doit là, yo ka mando souple les autorités qui a dit servi massou. Là nan pile business place business qui pas ka permettre pour entrer si ou pas ni yon masse. Masse là c'est yon c'est dommage qui Japon pour empêcher nous si mais et puis pour combattre vermine COVID-19. Quoi changer on est pour servir massou, changer, continuer qu'à laver la main avec souni sanitizer, sanitize la main. Encore, là, vini pour ces gens qui a ban nous pain à bécria ou qui changer là, yo ka pétri pain, c'est bécria ka van avec moun ka hen sa youvler. Souple messieurs, nous ka faut changer là vini pour ka doubout à sous yon ligne pour faire pièce business ou supposé wete 6 pieds hod yon à l'autre. Ça c'est 6 pieds hod yon à l'autre. Et bon matin moi ha passé avec moi ouais en chay moun ka pren comme un blague, mais c'est nous voulons faut changer aussi. Là vini pour vermine COVID-19 nous ka combattre toujours, nous ka goumer puis toujours nous ka empêcher et ben nous ka essayer empêcher ici mais ça ou ça fait pour aider, c'est protecter corps, protecter femme avec vaginage. S'il vous plaît, moi j'ai toujours dit ici, moi j'ai continuer de dire, vermine pas qu'à marcher, c'est nous qui ka marcher. Merci Anchai. Jesse.
Thank you very much for that. And just to provide you with the daily updates on our COVID-19 numbers, we have on Saturday, April 4th, that was this past weekend, Saint Lucia recorded 1 confirmed case of COVID-19. The individual is a 56-year-old female who is the contact of one of our previous confirmed cases. She was brought in for testing through the contact tracing team. The confirmed case brings the total number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 recorded in Saint Lucia as 14 to date. The individual is currently in isolation for the management of her case, and she is in good spirits. All cases currently in isolation are responding well to their treatment and continue to do well to date. None of the confirmed cases have complicated or required respiratory support, nor have any of the cases progressed to death. St. Lucia has 0 deaths of COVID-19. We have 14 cases, 14 diagnoses of COVID-19 in St. Lucia, but no deaths to date. We confirmed our first case on 13th March, and it was a 63-year-old female with a travel history from the UK, all right down to April 4th with our 14th case. Patient 9, she was the first individual to have confirmed an establishment of local transmission. Patient 9 was diagnosed on the 29th of March. She's a 74-year-old female with no travel history or known contact with an individual with a travel history. Please note there are only 14 cases here in St. Lucia, no deaths and no complications of the people who are currently diagnosed. We are due for a break. Coming up, Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Jocelyn Clark Fletcher. Do stay tuned. We will be having that broadcast. We will be resuming our programming at 9:30. My name is Jessie Leonce, and in studio with me, Mr. Carlton Cyril, widely known as Cokes. Do stay tuned. We have the Ambassador, Her Excellency Dr. Jocelyn Clark Fletcher, coming on to speak to us on the phone with regard to the diaspora affairs. She'll be giving us an update on persons, St. Lucians living in the diaspora. We've had reports of deaths of St. Lucians abroad, so she will give us some more information with regard to that. Do stay tuned for 9:30.